I was a prisoner supposed to die for crimes I didn't know I had committed, leading to eternal damnation and condemnation. Because I was from a generation whose forefather was a convict, convicted for his disobedience. I was locked behind bars even before my birth and manifestation. What was my offense? I'll tell you. My father was a man called Adam. He was married to a beautiful damsel Eve, and they both were custodians of an estate in Eden. But they faltered and gave away this beautiful paradise to the accuser. And he has haunted my generation for ages, right from the beginning of time. Each time, once in every year, I was tried in the court of righteousness. I was found wanting. I always fell short each time my trial was on. I appealed the case at different levels, but lost over and over again. So I gave up the case because I couldn't find a counsel who was upright enough, according to the divine constitution, to even defend me. So I stood alone in court and lost even before the hearing began. I gave up, threw in the towel, because I had nothing else to give in court. Every evidence before the righteous judge proved me guilty, and I could see the pain. I could see the pain and anguish in his eyes as he announced the date for my sentence. I was remanded in my prison cell along with fear and doubt. I ached with my pain and slept with my regret. I felt cheated by joy and that it was game over for me. Then came the day of my sentence. I was dragged to court. I knew I had lost this one. I knew it was all over for me. We all rose as the judge took his seat. All my countless charges were read, and I could only bow my head in horror because I knew the penalty for each of my crime was an eternity in death's penitentiary. With my head bowed, I could hear an uproar in the court. And I heard footsteps, and with each second, they became louder and louder, and they eventually stopped. I felt a warm touch on my shoulder and slowly raised my head, and I saw this man I had never met, but his smile made it seem like I had known him forever. He was dressed like a prince, but acted like a commoner. His subtle but reassuring words were, "I will take your place." And I looked in both amazement and confusion as he walked up to the prison stand. His eyes never blinked as he looked at me while he took the oath, promising to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. The bailiff asked him, "What do you have to say about the accused?" And his response was, "I am taking his place." Still with a smile on his face. This caused a stir in the court. I looked behind me and I saw Michael and asked, "Who is that man?" He said, "He's the son of the judge." Those words sent a shiver down my spine as I stood to object, but I didn't have the right to, because I was wanting. And he was sentenced in my place. I ran to him, falling at his feet. I asked, "What is your name?" He picked me up, dusted up the dirt, smiled at me and said, "My name is Love." I watched as he was taken away by the executors of pain. He served my sentence, took my place. He was beaten, spat on, made to carry the object of his execution, my ashes, my stripe, my disgrace. He took them all, but in the end, he met every requirement and he came out unscathed. He found me, invited me in. His Father adopted me and gave me equal rights with love, and I was found wanting no more. I was found wanting no more. I, who was a prisoner of sin, but now redeemed by love, was wanted for sin, but now I am wanted by love.